Hey y'all, here's another video. Guess what I found? This little piece of PVC started it all. I uh, I went to a I don't want to say a science fair. We used to have a science fair at our local university, and it was open to. At the beginning, it was open pretty much just to the students that were going into STEM classes or a STEM field, and then they branched it out and they started including community days. So one of those community days, this little pipe, this piece of pipe, started all a project. So it's not because of the pipe itself, but the diameter did, and I'll show you the reason why. Okay, sorry. So the reason why was because of something that I'm gonna be bringing on in just a little bit. Okay, so like I said, this diameter pipe started it all. I started thinking, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I have that diameter pipe at my house for PVC water projects, simple ones, because this is a smaller diameter. It's usually used around the locations of, I don't want to say water fountains, or maybe a water feature like a koi pond. The PSI rating has to be kind of low, and the diameter pipe does determine the installation location. So this actually goes in here into a paper rocket. Well, this paper rocket was part of a science project or a STEM project, and you can download the template for the paper rocket off of the internet. They're all over the place. The little STEM rocket itself, paper rocket. So, putting this on this and pressurizing it, you'll find that this paper rocket can go well above or beyond 100 feet. So, this diameter pipe goes attached to this water valve. Okay, so you connect it here. This is the beginning portion of an air chamber. And I'll tell you what this is in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to look up the specifications for it. Okay, so this is rated at the opening here is 3/4, and the voltage is up to 24, and the PSI is 125. Now that can either be air or water. So all in all, you'll find that this works on DC. So I was using it with a RC car battery and the wiring harness that corresponds with the connector, RC car connector battery pack. So if this battery pack is powered or charged, it should actuate the diaphragm valve that's in here. If I connect it properly, let's see if I can get a response out of it. Okay, let's see here. Connect it to the RC car battery pack. So it doesn't have any charge. It's okay. So we'll have to just pretend the scenario does work, because it really does work. So the RC car battery pack would actuate the diaphragm in here, and I had it connected to a old-timey or dragster push button start for one of those classic cars. Here's a push button start. Well, all this goes connected to the air chamber. Okay, I've already removed this cap. This is from just a regular, oh mercy, it's from a sprinkler, water sprinkler. It's the end cap that goes on there, the terminator cap that goes on there. So here are the threads, and if I take the valve and thread it back on, it turns into a paper rocket launcher. This is one of the times I wish my bench was just a little bit larger. Okay, so the paper rocket would go here. Okay, and then would get launched through the pressurization of, I don't want to say about 50 psi. I don't want to compromise this or turn the life of it, even though it's rated for 125. Still. Okay. Press the button. It energizes the diaphragm through the RC car battery pack. Diaphragm opens. Rocket gets launched. There are a lot of plans on the internet for a paper rocket launcher, and it is also known as a potato launcher. I would not put a potato on this. It's just the idea. Potato launcher, it is also known under golf ball or tennis ball launcher, or for those that like to go fishing, you could launch your fishing bait. So long as the diameter of the PVC pipe corresponds to the diameter of the projectile that you want to send out of the assembly. So that's what initially the pressurized air chamber was used for. Okay. And you can go to the internet and you can find quite a few videos on the internet that show you how to put these items together. Please beware that the first time I used this item, I actually hurt myself. I didn't assemble it correctly. I did what's called a dry fit. No PVC cement. And it literally came apart with just 20 psi. So even 20 psi can be proven to be dangerous. The cap assembly shot me in the back of the hand and left a very, very considerable mark and bruise. So this is not a toy. You need to be extremely careful in putting your projects together and realizing that even something built for fun could be quite dangerous even at 20 psi. Okay, so that's the video for today. This really isn't a bonus, it's just a question. Not for comment's sake, but for curiosity. I picked this up once again at one of those places where you find palletized items at garage sales or whatnot. And I'm trying to figure out who in the world would need an extendable antenna that is roughly about 6 feet long, and you can even extend it further with a whip antenna and make it, I think, as long as you need it to be. Why would you need a collapsible antenna at 6 feet long? The mind reels with curiosity. But there's a lot of project possibilities with this, other than using it as a pointer. So that's the video for today. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, here's proof of concept. This is going to be one of the weirdest noises ever. So, with a RC car battery and it energizing the plunger in the irrigation valve at 7.2 volts. Proof of concept.